Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's meeting. Before we begin, I'd like to ask everyone to please bow your head for a moment of silent reflection. Amen. Thank you. Mr. Minges.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Staff proposes as our next agenda business meeting next Wednesday, August 21st, 2019 at 2 o'clock.
Wednesday, August 21st at 2 o'clock. Good, thank you.
On our utilities agenda, item number 1, docket number 2019-223W. Blue Granite Water Company is seeking approval of a wholesale water supply agreement with the City of Charlotte for the York County River Hills subdivision portion of its authorized service area.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield, and before you get going with this, Commissioner Whitfield, I just want to make sure that we acknowledge that Commissioner Williams is with us by phone. And I think you are there, Commissioner
Present
Williams.
and accounted for.
There you go.
Present,
Okay.
accounted for.
Wonderful. Okay, Commissioner Whitfield.
Thank you. Now that we have Commissioner Williams on board, Mr. Chairman, I do have a motion for you in item 1. Mr. Chairman, Blue Granite Water Company currently provides water service to 4,442 customers, constituting 5,595 equivalent residential connections in its York County Lake Wiley service area. The water is purchased from York County, which purchases it from the City of Rock Hill. The utilities franchise agreement with York County, approved by Commission Order Number 2018-325, requires it to provide backup connection facilities for water supply from Charlotte, and it is seeking to fulfill the terms of that contract. Specifically, it requests approval of a contract to purchase wholesale water supply for the provision of water service to its customers in the York County Lake Wiley area. Charlotte is to supply up to 2 million gallons per day of potable water at rates set forth in the city's current city commercial rates and fee structure. According to Blue Granite, these rates include a monthly water availability fee for an 8-inch meter of $324.43 per billing cycle, a commercial water usage charge of $2.81 per 100 cubic feet of water, and a monthly water fix fee of $4.45 per billing cycle to Blue Granite Water Company. Blue Granite asserts that this purchase of service from Charlotte under the agreement is the most appropriate means by which to address concerns regarding interruptions or reductions in the wholesale water supply from York County, and the alternative is to reactivate the abandoned wells in the area. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, Blue Granite asserts that, I quote, approval of the agreement will have no effect upon current customer service rates as they will not change as a result of such approval, end quote. Mr. Chairman, ORS has reviewed the application and with one proposed condition recommends that the Commission approve the wholesale water supply contract with the City of Charlotte. The proposed condition is that the Commission require Blue Granite to purchase its water for the York County River Hills subdivision service territory from the lowest cost water supply provider. Blue Granite responds that such condition should not be imposed because there is no such provision in the water supply contract, and that such a requirement would in effect inappropriately amend the underlying contract. Mr. Chairman, after review of the filings in this docket, I move that we approve the wholesale water supply agreement with the City of Charlotte. As to the condition proposed by ORS, I note that the rate impact of purchased water will be evaluated by the Commission at the next rate case, and that ORS and other parties may address utilization of least cost supply in any purchased water recovery sought by the company. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
I'm supportive of Commissioner Whitfield's motion. I think in the materials that have been filed surrounding this request, it's apparent that there are some water restrictions going on in York County, not only for Blue Ridge customers, but York County and City of Rock Hill customers as well. And I think for those, but the ones that we're concerned about are the Blue Granite customers, and to give those customers relief, I think that this supplemental supply agreement, it's important to approve it. I do appreciate Commissioner Whitfield's acknowledgement and specific guidance that the impact of this supply agreement will not be dealt with until the next rate case, and I would reiterate that approval of this contract does not preclude any party in a general rate case or other proceeding asking for or addressing the cost of purchased water. Nothing prevents any party from addressing the utilization of the least cost supply in any recovery sought by the company, or reasonableness of the purchased water cost and recovery of those costs. Those are held for a different proceeding, but I think it's imperative to try to get this supplemental water supply to these customers so that some of these restrictions can be eased. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, I would also like to thank Commissioner Belzer. She and I had some work and discussion on this yesterday, and certainly appreciate her contributions. And she and I both know that this agreement fulfills some obligations from Commission Order 2018-325, as I said in my motion. And again, I would point to the bullet point that's on the screen at the bottom, and the quotes that the company asserts, in quotes right there. Approval of the agreement will have no effect on current customer rates, as they will not change as a result of such approval. And of course, that's what they've asserted by moving forward with this agreement. We've been down that path, as Commissioner Belzer and I talked about the wells in the area and some of the troubles that they've had with the wells that they've had to abandon in that area. And this, of course, will provide supply to that area that's much needed. And Commissioner Belzer has pointed out that in next proceeding, it would not preclude anyone from bringing this least cost issue back up. And thank you, Commissioner Belzer.
Thank you. Anything else? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 2, docket number 1992-414C, Coin Management Company is seeking to cancel its certificate.
Commissioner Belzer.
I move that we grant the request of Coin Phone Management Company to cancel its authority to provide telecommunications services and to withdraw tariffs.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 3, docket number 2014-363C. This matter involves a request from Talk America Services, LLC.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Talk America Services, LLC originally filed a request to cancel its certificate granted by order number 2014-1039. In its request, the company informed the Commission that due to the impending termination of a service available from its underlying wholesale provider, it intends to discontinue the provision of intrastate and interstate telephone services to all customers within South Carolina. The company further stated that it had provided notice to all its customers regarding cancellation of service. According to the company, a filing has also been made with the FCC for concomitant federal approval to discontinue service. Subsequently, Talk America Services has amended its original filing and now seeks to retain its local and long-distance operating authority in hope of future opportunities to provide service in South Carolina, while still discontinuing service to its existing customers. Subject to the FCC's consent to discontinue service, I move that we suspend Talk America Services certificate until August 1st, 2020. I further move that by operation of this ruling, this docket will be administratively closed without further action of the Commission. If a request to end the suspension is not received prior to that time, furthermore, if the company is unable to restart operations by that date, but later wants to do so, it must file a new application. The company is also required to continue to file all required reports. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Williams' motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 4, docket number 2019-191G. Piedmont Natural Gas Company has filed a petition to implement new depreciation rates.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin.
Piedmont Natural Gas Company requests approval of new depreciation rates as well as authorization to implement such rates effective November 1, 2019. Piedmont currently uses the depreciation rates that were approved by the Commission Order Number 2016-705, which were adopted from the settlement agreement between the Office of Regulatory Staff and Piedmont and docket number 2016-7-G. The ORS has reviewed the request and filed a letter recommending approval of these new depreciation rates. The current depreciation rates were based on a study of Piedmont's North Carolina, South Carolina, and corporate depreciable assets as of October 31, 2014. However, a new depreciation study was conducted as part of its general rate case filed with the North Carolina Utilities Commission on April 1, 2019, that updated depreciable assets as of September 30, 2018. This new study recommended certain updates and changes to Piedmont's existing depreciation rates. Piedmont seeks to implement new depreciation rates to amortize the cost of assets, net of salvage value, over the estimated useful life of the assets based on the depreciation rates recommended in the 2018 depreciation study. In tandem with the implementation of the new depreciation rates, Piedmont also seeks approval to reallocate book reserves as recommended in the 2018 depreciation study. The company maintains that implementation of the proposed depreciation rates and reallocation of book reserves effective November 1, 2019 will permit Piedmont to more properly align the company's recovery of its invested capital with the useful life of its underlying plant assets. I move that we approve the new depreciation rates as well as the authorization to implement those rates effective November 1, 2019. And I also move that we approve reallocation of book reserves as recommended in the 2018 depreciation study. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 5, docket numbers 2019-184, 185, and 186E. We have a petition to intervene.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Howard.
I move to grant the petition to intervene filed on behalf of Walmart Incorporated. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. And the motion carries.
Item number 6, also docket numbers 2019-184, 185, and 186E. We have the appointment of a hearing officer.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we appoint Randall Dong as hearing officer.
Thank you. We've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motions, questions, comments. Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries.
Item number 7, docket number 2019-3E. We have a request for confidential treatment.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin.
the company requests that Exhibit 3 of Stephen D. Capp's testimony be accepted by the Commission under seal and maintained as confidential per Order Number 2005-226. According to the company, witness Capp's Exhibit 3 contains certain proprietary and confidential information relating to sensitive outage information that, if disclosed, could negatively impact DEC's ability to safely and reliably provide effective service to its customers. The company requests that the Commission grant confidential treatment pursuant to South Carolina Regulation 103-804S2 and the Freedom of Information Act, the South Carolina Code Section annotated 30-4-10 at SEC, and to protect this information from public disclosure. I move the adoption of the motion.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? Everybody all right down there? Okay. Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 8, docket number 2019-241EG. Staff recommends that we carry this item over.
Okay, we will carry over item number 8.
Turning to our transportation agenda, items number 1 through 5 are new applications that can be taken together. Item 1, docket number 2019-263T. That's a DBA of Checker Taxi. Item 2, docket number 2019-265T. Eric Campbell, DBA Darion's Transportation. Item 3, docket 2019-266T. L&H Transportation Services LLC. And item number 4, docket number 2019-264T. Ease Investment Company LLC, DBA Ease Transportation Company. And item number 5, docket number 2019-272T. The Wright Transportation Company LLC.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Howard.
Chairman, I move we approve the new applications in items 1 through 5 identified by Mr. Mangy. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 6, docket number 2004-329T. We have a request to waive publication and approve a name change.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we grant requests of H&F Transfer Incorporated, doing business as Palmetto Specialty Transfer, for waiver of publication, and grant its request to amend certificate number 9749-B to read Palmetto Specialty Transfer LLC. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 7, docket number 2014-304T. We have a request for a name change.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
I move that we grant the request of Marcia Nesbitt, doing business as Kids in Motion Transportation Services, to amend Class C Charter Certificate number 8968-A to read Kids in Motion Transportation Service, LLC. So move.
Thank you. You heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 8, docket number 2019-167T. We have a request to amend a tariff.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Howard.
Chairman, I move we approve the application of Carolina Movers LLC doing business as Smooth Move to amend the tariff. The Office of Regulatory Staff has reviewed the application and found there have been no consumer complaints against the company over the last 12 months, and it is in compliance with all Commissioner's rules and regulations. Further, there have been no interveners appearing in the docket to object to the proposed tariff change. So move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 9, docket number 2019-142T. We have a request for an extension of time.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Irvin.
I move that we grant the request of AJS Transportation Services LLC for an extension of time until September 24, 2019 to comply with Commission rules and regulations. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 10, docket number 2009-88T. We have a request to suspend.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we grant the request of Jesse Musselwhite doing business as Cali Cab to suspend Class C taxi certificate number 8082 until March 1, 2020.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. The questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes today's agenda.
Thank you. Is there anything else to come before us? If not, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for today's post-meeting summary. These Commission business meetings are held each Wednesday at 2 p.m., and all agendas and materials are posted to the docket management system before each meeting. If you have questions about Commission business, we encourage you to reach out to us at robert.bachman@psc.sc.gov or via social media by following the SC Utility Consumer Program on Twitter at @UtilityConsumer and on Facebook at SC Utility Consumer. Today's business meeting started at 2:01 p.m. with Commissioner Williams calling into the meeting and item 1 on the agenda, a request by Blue Granite Water Company for the approval of a wholesale water supply agreement with the City of Charlotte. Currently, Blue Granite Water Company provides water service to over 4,000 customers in the service area. In its application, the company states that approval of the agreement will have no effect upon current customer service rates as they will not change as a result of such approval. ORS has tendered no objection to this under the condition that, quote, Commission require Blue Granite to purchase its water for the York County River Hills Subdivision service territory from the lowest cost water supply provider. Blue Granite contests this condition. Following a motion made by Commissioner Whitfield which noted that the rate impact will be studied at the next upcoming rate case, this carried. Commissioner Belser noted her approval of the motion. Next, Commissioners discussed a request made in docket number 1992-414-C to cancel a certificate and withdraw tariffs. This request carried after a motion brought by Commissioner Belser. Item 3 was a request to discontinue services and suspend the certificate of a telecommunications company. Commissioner Williams made this motion to suspend this certificate until August 1st, 2020, and to close the docket if a request to end this suspension is not submitted prior to that date, and that the company must file a new application with the Commission if they wish to continue after that date. This motion carried. Next, the Commission considered a request for approval and authorization to implement new depreciation rates per Piedmont Natural Gas Company. Some background. On June 3, 2019, P&G filed a petition requesting new depreciation rates and the authorization to implement those rates effective November 1, 2019. ORS has filed a letter stating no objection to P&G's request. The company has updated their depreciable assets after undertaking a new study, and following a motion made by Commissioner Irving approving the new depreciation rates as well as the authorization to implement such rates effective November 1, 2019, and to approve reallocation of book reserves as recommended in the 2018 depreciation study, this request was granted. Item 5 was a petition to intervene, which was granted following a motion made by Commissioner Howard. Item 6 was a staff request to appoint a hearing officer in dockets number 2019-184E, 2019-185E, and 2019-186E. Randall Dong was appointed as hearing officer in these dockets following a motion made by Commissioner Whitfield. Item 7 was a request for confidential treatment of an exhibit in docket number 2019-3-E as the, quote, exhibit contains certain proprietary and confidential information related to sensitive outage information that, if disclosed, could negatively impact DEC's ability to safely and reliably provide effective service to its customers, end quote. This request was granted following a motion made by Commissioner Irving. Finally, the Commission carried over Item 8. In addition to the items discussed this meeting, the Commissioners were advised on 49 other utilities-related issues. You can find the complete list of these items, along with the docket information for each, on the Docket Management System website at dms.psc.sc.gov. Again, that's dms.psc.sc.gov. Moving on to the transportation agenda, today's meeting agenda began with 5 new applications for Class C certificates for 4 higher transportation companies. These requests were granted following a motion made by Commissioner Howard. Items 6 through 8 were requests to amend. 2 to amend the listed names of companies, and 1 to amend a tariff. These requests were granted following motions made by Commissioners Whitfield, Belser, and Howard, respectively. Item 9 was a request for an extension to comply with Commission rules and regulations. This was granted after a motion made by Commissioner Irving carried. Finally, Item 10 was a request to suspend a carrier's certificate until March 1, 2020. This carried following a motion made by Commissioner Whitfield. In addition to these matters discussed in detail at today's meeting, Commissioners were advised on 7 more transportation-related issues. You can find that complete list as well as links to docket materials and to orders issued by the Commission through the docket management system at dms.psc.sc.gov. Please note that on Monday, July 19th at 10 a.m., the Commission will hold a special business meeting to interview candidates for a consulting position in dockets relating to Act 62, the South Carolina Energy Freedom Act. These interviews will be broadcast live at www.scetv.org/PSC/. Again, that's scetv.org/PSC/. There will also be a Commission business meeting at 2 p.m. on August 21st. The meeting will be live streamed on our website at psc.sc.gov. If you have questions about today's proceedings, please follow us on social media to address those. We're on Twitter at PSC and on Facebook at the Public Service Commission of South Carolina, or call our offices at 803-896-5100. Thank you.